guys? My name is Brandon, and welcome to Audio Addiction, where you can find latest album reviews, you can find band interviews, and you can find our live episodes, which we do every Wednesday night around 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Definitely make sure to go check that out. It would be amazing if you check that out, as well as we talk about like band news, music news, and just a bunch of other stuff. That it's a lot of fun, and I get to do it with my three best friends, so it's a lot of fun. Again, I know I said that like twice, but it's definitely worth checking out, especially since we announced a giveaway back about less than a week ago now at this point. And So if you want to win our two album of the year contenders as well as an Audio Addiction t-shirt, I highly recommend that you come check out the last episode and how to win and stuff like that. So good luck to you if you decide to enter. If not, then that's completely fine as well. Definitely make sure to hit that subscribe button if you like what I do, as well as to be on the lookout for newer things when they come out and stuff like that. That'd be amazing. As well as make sure to hit that like button, especially if you like City Lights. I've been trying to get into more like pop punky sort of stuff. So if you have any bands that you'd like me to review that are kind of in that pop punk easy core sort of vein, definitely make sure to let me know in the comment section below. I definitely like to check it out, especially if it's something that's coming up soon. But yeah, so anyway, tonight we're going to be talking about City Lights' self-titled EP. So, for those of you who haven't heard of City Lights, they started out in 2009 and then they kind of disbanded in 2014 because Oshie and the rest of the guys just wanted to stop doing it, and also because Oshie is now the touring bassist for Beartooth as well. So, obviously that kind of conflicts with his band City Lights, but they released two albums on In Vogue, one being In It to Win It, and the second one was The Way Things Should Be. That's also another great. They're both great albums, and I definitely like what he does. And I was eager to check out the EP. Now I'm pretty sure you can quote me. You can definitely check this out for me. If not, but I'm pretty sure Oshie did all of the stuff on this album or most of it. I know he definitely does bass. He does guitar and obviously he does vocals and stuff, but I think maybe he got the drums done by somebody else. I'm not entirely sure, but I was definitely eager to check this out. I like their sound, especially In It to Win It. That's like one of my favorite like sort of pop punk easy core albums. So definitely stoked to see what they're gonna put out on this EP. So let's get into the first track. The first track is called Breathe. Makes no sense to me how your brain is and I would say that this is like my favorite track off the record. It just starts off immediately in that like sort of pop punk vibe that you know and love from City Lights. It's just a real like I don't even know how to describe it. It's just a really nice track. A very straightforward sort of pop punky sort of track. It reminds me a lot of like State Champs, especially the damn it, I forget the name of it, but one of their albums, and it'll come back to me hopefully. But anyway, it kind of reminded me of like State Champs, that sort of like pop punky sort of vibe. And I am a big fan of State Champs, so I really dug this track a lot, and I like that. Again, he's doing all the vocals, he's doing all of the guitar parts, he's doing the bass parts. I think that's really neat of him, especially considering that obviously now he kind of runs the band himself. So that's definitely a great opener for this EP, and I really enjoyed that one. So the second track is called Best Decision. I can hold on to for one more endless night. I'm so sick of sleeping here. So I really dug this one as well. Again, it's kind of like another straightforward sort of pop punk track. This one kind of reminds me a lot of Blink 182, especially some of the like harmony melody sort of parts, and just the overall track. It kind of just gives me those sort of Blink 182 vibes. But again, I dig what he does. I like that his voice has matured over the time. Again, I kind of glazed over their last album, but In It to Win It is like one of my favorites. Like I said, But I like that his voice has gotten a little grittier. It's got a little dirtier. He's not as high in the register as much as he used to be, at least as I can remember. But this one's a really solid track as well. I really dug this one. Um, and so we'll move on to track number 3, which is Strangers. This was actually the first track I heard and got me excited for the rest of the album. But I really dug this one as well. I'd say this one is also another excellent track for them. It's a little bit heavier, and I really like the intro riff. That's really really catchy, as well as just the overall aesthetics of the track in general are just really solid. Oshie is doing a killer job at this, and I hope that he continues doing stuff even though he is in Beartooth. I hope he continues doing stuff, along with, Beartooth and City Lights. I hope he just continues to, do it on his own time, obviously, but, still try to keep the band alive in terms of, like, in the studio sort of stuff. But this was another solid track, and I really dug this one. So we'll move on to track number 4, which is Where We Started.
All go caving in. My mind is heavy now, and I'm wondering if I can make it.
So this one is another. I feel like this whole album is a very straightforward album. This one is no different from the rest of it. I would say that Strangers is probably the one that's like a little bit off the beaten path, but still in the same sort of vein. This one's another great track. I would say that this one is a little bit. I would say that it's unforgettable. I mean, forgettable a little bit. In terms of just like it kind of gets lost within the other tracks, but I really dug this one as well. I wouldn't say it's just a weak track. It's just something that when you hear some similar tracks, then it kind of just blends in with the rest of the EP. So this one was a good one, but again, I feel like it kind of blends in with some of the other tracks that I remember. But we'll move on to track number 5, which is No Reason.
To find my place, there's only empty space in this house of stone. It's been too long.
I really enjoyed this one as well. I really enjoy Oshie's gritty like vocals on these tracks, especially this one. It shows that he's putting a little bit more emotion into it and stuff like that, and I can really dig that. Just from a vocal standpoint, as well as some of the riffing is really nice on this track. It's very catchy. The chorus, I would say, is probably one of the catchier choruses on this EP. So I dug this one a lot. And lastly, Learn to Say.
I'll learn to say goodbye to all of this tension eating me away inside. 'Cause I'm strong.
He does this acoustic track. It's a nice change of pace. Again, for the rest of the album, I always feel like they do a killer job at the acoustic tracks. The one that I can remember from In It to Win It is Lawnmower. That one's like one of my favorite tracks. But yeah, I love this one. I like the diversity of him, like, again, from his kind of grittier tones to like his more smoothed out, like cleaner tones. I feel like this is a great way to round out the EP, and I would say this one is another one of my favorite tracks. I kind of like those emotional, sort of like acoustic-y sort of tracks. So, again, I feel like it's a great track to end on. And my pros and cons about this record, at sometimes, especially a con for this record, I would say that sometimes it kind of seems a little monotonous. Like the tracks kind of blend together. But, after like 4 or 5 listens or beyond that, it really starts to kind of break up. You start to remember like which track is which and stuff like that. But I really dug it. I like the direction that he's going in. There's a nice diversity between the different styles of pop punk. You have your like newer age pop punk, like State Champs and that sort of thing, and then they went back to Blank and like Best Decision, and then they kind of harken back to other different bands and stuff like those. But those are the only ones I can think of at the moment. But I really dug what they did on this. At least I dug what Oshie did on this EP. And again, I hope he continues to do that along with being in Beartooth and stuff like that. I love both bands equally. So I was really surprised that he was doing an EP for City Lights, considering that, he kind of posted a video saying that City Lights is, over with back in 2014. So I'm glad he made time for that, and it's awesome. But my overall rating for the record, I would give it, I'd honestly give it a 7.6 out of 10. I wouldn't say it's their best work. I love In It to Win It. I personally, that's one of my favorite records, pop punk, like easy core records. It's definitely in the top, 10, 15. But yeah, overall, it's a solid record. Nothing too, drastic of a change in terms of, how the songs, are arranged, how they, are laid out and stuff like that. I feel like, if you know City Lights, you're gonna know this style EP. You know what type of songs you're getting into and stuff like that. So, if you dig this, definitely go check it out. I know they streamed it. I'll make sure to leave a link in the description, so you can check it out if you have not. Also, I'll make sure to leave in the eye up there at the top. I'll make sure to leave a link to their YouTube page so you can check it out from there as well. And hopefully check out their older stuff. It's really awesome. And with that being said, let me know in the comments if you checked out the City Lights album, what your thoughts were on it and stuff like that. I'd really like to know what your favorite tracks were, which ones you didn't like, what's your overall thoughts on it. That would be amazing. And make sure to hit that like button if you do like City Lights and you like my review. I haven't seen any out yet, so I was eager to get this out ASAP. As well as, yeah, let me know if any upcoming albums you'd like me to review. I know there's a few that are coming out very shortly, so, we got I'm excited to see, what this music scene is doing in the fall, like winter time. So, again, I'm excited to see what type of albums are going to be coming out. But anyway, with that being said, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.
So did you like the video? Then make sure you subscribe to Audio Addiction's channel by hitting that button right over there. Subscribe to our channel helps you stay up to speed on all of our latest content. Speaking of latest content, you can check out a recent episode from our live weekly show right down there, as well as a recent album review right over there. And you can check us out on social media right over there. So what are you waiting for? Let's talk music.